Hi, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, a place where you can learn about body language, nonverbal communication, and we're actually starting to ear a little into biology, between the sexes in particular. So, if you like what you hear, if you want to learn more, and you wish to continue with the journey we are making on this channel, click subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment if anything in particular strikes your interest, if you want to have a commentary of some sorts, and don't forget to leave a like. I have misplaced a microphone today, so I apologise if the audio isn't as pristine as normal, but without further ado, the message will still be great. Today we're going to be talking about beards, alright? We're going to be talking about facial hair, in particular a full beard, not a moustache, not sideburns, not any sort of, flamboyant ornamentation, just a pure beard. Okay, so beard growth in particular, right, is linked to high levels of testosterone, yeah? So the more testosterone that is produced in the masculine, the faster and fuller that beard will grow, okay? What the beard provides is a cue to the level of aggression and dominance that person may be able to produce psychologically, biologically, okay, given that we would link it to a high level of testosterone, all right? It's a uniquely masculine characteristic. Now, that's not to say that women can't grow facial hair, right? But, societally speaking, at least in the Western world, it is a signal reserved exclusively to men, all right? Right, so if you want to use it to display a characteristic of sort, you would be able to do so and grow a beard to produce a more dominant and potentially aggressive look, alright? And as we've spoken about regarding testosterone, the more full your beard, the healthier beard and so on and so forth, it's going to link to that masculine characteristic, okay? So if you are wanting to attract a female, as we spoke about in an earlier video, the balance between the masculine and the feminine is very important in attraction, okay? So as you accentuate your masculine characteristics, you're gonna match with the feminine, the vice versa, all right? I'll let you watch that video to delve further into that, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you want to keep an unkempt, scruffy looking beard, all right? Because there still is particular principles at play when it comes to the attraction of a female, such as the grooming and self-care of such. The health of the hair is representative of your health, and obviously your health, biologically speaking, is a projection of the longevity you'll be within the parent game, being able to provide for a child for 18 years at the very least, as well as being there and healthy to look after the woman for that 9 months of childbearing, all right? A lot of women prefer stubble to a full beard, so the stubble still represents that accentuation of the masculine, okay? Especially if it is thick and dense, all right? So it helps when you have dark hair. Women tend to say tall, dark and handsome, right? So it is in your benefit to have darker hair, purely as the stubble comes through more visible and gives you that shadow, as to which you might not or may struggle a little more so with if you have light hair, alright? Alongside that, such as when we were talking about having a scruffy beard, the stubble is also representative of somebody who shaves or potentially somebody who trims their beard, right? So grooming and self-care is important, all right? It shows self-worth and it's a good boundary to have, as long as it's not some over-accentuated, painted on, exact beard, because then you're delving a little more into the feminine and that can put a lot of women off, all right? You delve a little more into the androgynous side of things when you care a little too much as a man about your appearance, alright? So, of course, you have to have balance, but that balance should come natural for the most part. We associate long beards in particular with the wise, alright? Philosophers, the mad scientist we see represented in films and even in real life. Artistic types and creatives have larger beards and longer hair in particular, alright, generally speaking. Now, whether this shows a freedom to do such or whether it shows a lack of care for that regard of things because they hold value elsewhere within their craft and so on and so forth, that's up for debate dependent on the individual, okay? It displays an alternate to the norm because in the corporate world and under most employment, it may be deemed irresponsible to have such a appearance. Okay, it may be deemed scruffy. So a lot of management may not deem that appropriate for you to have an actual, real, relatively large scale beard, alright? So just to take it back, yeah, if you want to be viewed as a dominant, sexually mature and grown-up individual, it's to your benefit to have a beard. So obviously we talk about the accentuation of the masculine, but also the beard ages, okay? And in regards to the biological traits a woman is interested in, primarily speaking, and societally speaking, if you look at the world around you and how relationships tend to happen, women are attracted to older men. This is because these men are in a better position to provide, to protect, and to offer the evolutionary, flat line as to what is necessary to be in a great relationship, or at least fill the gaps as to what that woman would need, alright? Rather than being a young, immature boy. Which, it's good to hold on to so much of the characteristics of the boy to keep yourself adventurous and to keep that imagination. But, we don't need to delve into that. That's some food for thought there, yeah? Me personally, or at least in the past, I've grown facial hair for job interviews and serious events as to where I wish to be looked at as more mature and as an adult. There's been numerous studies done in regards to the trust of somebody whom has facial hair. Initially, I assumed that having the facial hair and the maturity that comes with would create that, higher value of trust, at least from the first perspective, the first impression of the potential employer. And to a degree, I still sort of abide by that, but there has been other studies which show the actual opposite. So if we were to talk about higher level of testosterone, it also comes with a higher level of dominance and a higher level of, being number one. So an individual, at least a man, may look at you and think, I don't want this person below me in my hierarchy. I need a subordinate, It's good for a weak chin. So if you yourself have quite a frail jawline and you want to bulk it up, you can utilize the beard and square it off to develop the illusion of having a strong square jaw, which would work in your favor in regards to attraction, okay? Because the jaw and having a strong jaw is a masculine trait. Having a strong chin is a masculine trait, okay? When a woman will go on testosterone, in regards to bodybuilding competitions and so on and so forth, you will see a development of the jawline and a strengthening of such alongside growth of facial hair. All right. Now it might not be a full-on beard, but there will be growth purely as you've put the masculine within the feminine, and now it's starting to come alive. I hope this has been of interest. It's just a little bit off at the top. I want to say goodbye. Thank you for being patient with me without the microphone. If you enjoyed what you heard, click like, leave a subscribe. Do what you want to do. It's up to you. Peace out.